All right, and we are live. Everything is going according to plan. Then my audio level should be correct, and I should be being picked up. My English is not great right now. Oh, I should be coming through clearly, hopefully, and having a little bit of background audio right now. Maybe it's too quiet, actually. Turn that back up a little bit. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna work on a couple things I wanted to get started for OBS. I would like a sort of splash screen or maybe a speech bubble coming out of me, or when I want to go off mic and then let people in chat know that I can be reached if you just message in chat. Um, so maybe I'll whip that up to Photoshop right now. As for today, I plan to get the actual structure of the Radiant Gold mask done. So it will be set aside to dry for a few days after today. And then we'll be ready for priming and painting it. So it's going to be a big day. Lots of structure to get done on the front side of the mask here. There's a ribbings that come off the front here, and then I also want to make a very evident crack that comes and runs through the front of the mask here. Um, Last night I finished up the spines, general molding of the spines. So right now they are drying. I'm quite happy with how kind of rough they look right now. I think once I actually have it all painted, it's going to look rather like rustic, like gold that is oxidizing and wearing and looking kind of funky. So maybe it's has like some bronze mixed into the metals, and it's not quite pure gold, and so maybe it doesn't have as much of a shine. Also, so I'm really trying to think of like the narrative that comes with the mask from the Elden Ring series. What would be something that the person who created that mask in that world be challenged with? And something me and my partners both kind of like agree with is that the appearance of the mask, it really looks like it's sort of a sheet of metal that's been punched through, like the shape of the sun has been like cut from with like large shears or something, and really it's been punched in through. Like the face part is like it's almost like the mask has been slammed into the wearer's face. It just leaves this imprint on it. So that's sort of the kind of vibe that I'm going to be leaning in towards for today's challenge, getting this done. But like I said, before I get into that, I want to create some speech bubbles and thought bubbles for myself while I get that way I can just kind of go off mic and work in the background, leaving chat up on the side. So, do I want to share with you how I'm going to do that? Yeah, why not? Easiest would be here. Source. We're going to change the source from here to display. No, I want to be specifically Photoshop. There we go. You can see some of my other thumbnails for my other projects here, which is kind of fun. We just want a new one, right? Just a new 1080. That's perfect. Now we want to get rid of the background. Just trash it. I guess we need all. Oops. Don't we need here the timeline? I don't need right now. But maybe later if we want to make it animated. But for now, I think today we'll just stick with a simple little speech bubble here. It's gotta have, so the shape is fine. Give it a bit more thickness. 9. we want to fill it with white. Then we want to, I could add to the shape, but I think I want to just be dirty. I think I'm just going to play dirty here. I'm just going to new shape. I should figure out how to keep chat on top. No one's in chat yet. Okay. Just want a simple brush. No, I just want general brushes. Thank you. It's only size 9. Normally I don't talk to myself this much out loud, but you figure I am live streaming. Might as well try to be entertaining. Make this have a smoothing effect. 60. Let's see. It's not bad. Yeah, okay, I like that. And then let's collapse that down. No, let's delete parts of this. Oh, that's a big brush. What was I painting last? Let's delete that part. That. And what we'll do is we'll collapse this down. Throw a layer down underneath it. That is just white. See, I'm just playing dirty here. Normally I would take my time maybe and create more of a proper shape and mask it. Do more fun, complicated things, but right now I just want to get it done quick. Okay. We want to make sure that this saves with a sorry, I want to save the image as new. There we go. PNG. Sometimes I forget. There's so many programs I work in. I just forget how to use some of them. It's complicated keeping it all together. All right, this is speech. Send this back to my face. All right. Now I put up. Let's create a scene. Oop, we don't have anything. Let's copy the scene. Duplicate speech. Add image. This is the bubble. Choose here. Look at that. Yeah, I like that. All right. Now we add some text. Hey, welcome. How you going? Bleh. Can't even speak this morning. How you doing, Agent? Can you hear me? Maybe I'm silenced. Oh, okay. Must be a delay on chat then. Glad to hear. I'm just setting up some things right now. Had an idea to if someone were to come into chat while I was away, I was gonna create a little speech bubble to let people know that I'm around, but probably listening to something. But obviously, I can set this aside and do this another time. So yeah, I've been working away on my mask here. Got a lot done. Um, Yesterday I was working with Model Magic. Have you ever worked with Model Magic? Yeah, what's the stop motion? Maybe you're busy. Let me think. Oh. Do you not know what you're gonna be working on, or are you thinking about the Model Magic? It's interesting stuff. It's this clay that I work with. Well, it's not really a clay, but it's a modeling sculpting tool. Um, it sort of feels like marshmallow. Very interesting stuff. What's your stop motion animation on? Did you end up making the warp pipes? Can't wait to see how your video turns out. I have to admit, I haven't made my way over to your channel yet, but I was going to do that after I get done in the studio today, or possibly on a break. Are you able to hear the music? The background music? The chat's a little late on my end. I think it's because maybe it's the window that I'm looking through. I'm using new streaming software, so it has a chat window on the side, but maybe I'm going to look at it through YouTube, and then maybe the chat will be more real time then. Yeah, I think the chat's more real time on YouTube. I'll keep that up. Guess I can close that. Perfect. So how long does it take for you to do one of your videos, and how long are your typical videos? So I know stop motion can take a very long time. And you're not able to hear the audio, eh? Make sure a song's going here now. 4 days. Wow. Right. I have to go to your channel. I have to figure out how long it is. How do I get to you? I can't just like click your name on the chat here, can I? I'll go through one of your other comments. I hope you don't mind it being very casual here in the studio. So if you do ever have any questions about methodology on like art and or like color theory, anything, I have a lot of education and stuff. So I'm always up for teaching. So it took you 4 months to do the a minute and 12 seconds. Wow, that's amazing. Kudos. Oh, you did the Splatoon one in 2 days. How long was the Among Us is a minute and 29 seconds. So you're obviously learning your methodology and you're getting a little quicker with it, right? 4 days. Oh, okay. I misread it earlier then. Sorry. Still, that's a good length of time. Is there a lot of editing in that, or do you kind of go in there with a lot of the scenes and the shots in mind? Also, I should ask, what grade are you in? If you don't want to share that kind of information, that's okay. Don't worry. Just wondering if you're taking any art classes or if you plan to. Grade 6. I remember grade 6. Pretty good years. You are doing a lot more in the online realm than I could have possibly in the when I was in grade 6. I didn't have anything like the internet when I was your age. So, did you grow up with the internet? Just first memories, you had a tablet in your hands, or how did you get introduced to computers? Yeah, I mean, I could understand like the use of anything like a tablet as a learning tool. Nostalgia moment. You're in grade six. You're already looking back on your childhood and fond memories. That's funny. Yes, in the world that we're living in, everyone's growing up really quickly now. So, what are you planning to do with all this gained experience with animation? You want to go work in the movies, or do you want to plan to create your own business doing animations? What's the big goals for Agent? Also, music, yay or nay? Is it still coming? Is it not coming through? I'm confused on this still. Probably sound like an old fart talking about technology this way, eh? I love that. See, that's what I'm doing as well. As I'm just creating for the world. I'm here to entertain all of us. Especially myself. uh, I can't imagine what it was like for you going through a global pandemic. It probably didn't mean a lot to you, just like when it was first happening. But I can imagine your perspective is quite different than a lot of the adults that I've talked to. I know learning online is a completely different experience to learning in person. For myself, even I prefer working in teams together with people. So I can only imagine being a student trying to learn the basics and having to do that in such a disconnected form. It's tough. It's very tough. You can't hear the music. We got to figure this out then. We just got to figure this out. Maybe if I added a different audio source. It says that it's active. That's so weird. Oh, it's changing songs. too loud. So I did something. Let me know when it's good. Is here good? Am I coming through? I feel bad. I didn't mean to deafen you. Like I said, this is all so new to me. It's good. Good. Awesome. Maybe I'll look back on the saved recordings later and try to fine-tune the audio myself. Sorry for deafening you. Alright. Did I ever explain what I'm doing here? I'm going to be adding the final structure to the front of my mask here, and we're going to be setting it aside after today for several days to let it dry, and then it's going to be ready for priming and painting, which it's going to be getting a nice gold finish, so that's exciting. Last night I finished up with all of the spines on the back. Again, using Model Magic. Seriously, it's a lot of fun to play with if you wanted to start using something different. You know. Still a bit more work to do in the back. Actually, I still have to get. There's this sort of waving, ribbing texture that I have to do back here. It's supposed to have like a soft velvety look too, so I don't know what I'm gonna do for that in the end. Yeah, just gonna be putting in this ribbing and then plastering over the entire thing with the Model Magic. So I'll be able to show you how what that stuff looks like a little bit later. It really does look like marshmallow fluff. It's very light, super light and fluffy, and it has a kind of a nice stretch to it. I started doing material testing with stuff. I'd love to just like mix things together, like glues and things, right? So I put Well Bond and this Model Magic together, and it starts creating a very rigid material that I can like even add pigments, like paint into it, and creates very interesting solid structure while still being lightweight. So that's I've fallen in love with Model Magic, and I've made that mask there, the Vampire Stone mask. If you haven't seen it yet, that was my first kind of endeavor into Model Magic, so kind of experimenting with it. That's cool. I'm going to probably just keep working on this. If you have any questions about what you're working on, you want any advice, let me know. probably started back in, it was August actually, right around when I finished up my previous project, which was the Majora's Mask Moon. I started on 2 Elden Ring projects. At the time, I was really enamored with the Elden Ring game. It's sort of an adult game. Maybe it's come across your radar, but I highly doubt you've played it. It's an extremely challenging game. A lot of combat in it. Very high fantasy game. So I started making a small model of a creature from that game, which is this giant walking mausoleum. Sort of this towering structure that has this little church on top of these like golem-like legs that walk it around, and I loved it. It was super cool project. Or super cool building, and I was like, I need to build that. So I started building this project, and while I was waiting for this air dry clay to dry out, because it was going to take a very long time, I decided to start working on the master project as well. So these 2 have been in the works for a good amount of time, and then to take a small break from the studio, and I've only just recently started to return to working on these full time. I'm hoping that with enough dedication, there's going to be some. I don't know if you track analytics on your videos quite as religiously as I do. I've been watching mine quite closely, and I've been seeing an uptrend on some of the videos. I'm really hoping that I can turn some of this stuff around and make my channel monetizable, which is really exciting. It's my long-winded answer for you. Normally it wouldn't take me this long to work on a project like this, to be honest. Online Fortnite, I was never great at. Those types of games, they give me anxiety. I don't know what it is. It's just the moment I start getting shot at, I start freaking out. Don't know where to go, ducking for cover. I don't know. There's something also about like playing other people. There's something I don't like about it, but I can't predict their movements or their programming, if you will. Whereas, like, if I'm playing a single player game, I can start learning the algorithms, if you will, of the enemies that I'm fighting. So there's a lot less. You can sort of, for a boss, you can learn its patterns. You can't learn a human's patterns. They can learn off of you, and they change their tactics, and it makes me frustrated. I have never considered doing a gaming channel, but I do enjoy this whole streaming thing, this setting up all of this streaming stuff. I've been thinking about maybe I do stream some of my just casual things, and if I can garner an audience, then maybe it's already being way more fun than the career that I had picked for myself long ago. So I could see myself doing this more. And a gaming channel, like that does seem to be where a lot of people's sort of spare time, when they're an online content creator, they go into gaming streaming, and it's something that kind of has like a secondary revenue source, but like a side gig to your actual main gig being something a lot of people would think is ridiculous as a content creator. It's just doubling up. It seems, not to say it's a bad thing. I like the idea of it. I do play a lot of games. Also, having a gaming channel probably would be a lot more engaging as well, because I'm working off of a piece of medium, whereas this is, for media, I should say, whereas this is the medium. And it can be doing something like this, it gets a little monotonous, right? So it's nice to have someone like you who's coming, or at least dedicated to come in and talk to me. It's really exciting. You've become like a super fan agent. Well, I appreciate you. My friend Sierra might be joining us in chat. It's a friend of mine, actually, that I grew up with. And she moved away to Germany, so we haven't been able to hang out in person at all. It's nice to have things like this where we can engage together. Hey, Sierra, just talking about you. I'll be right back. I need to grab my glue from the other room. How are the job applications going, Sierra? Anything I can do to make this more fun and engaging, let me know. If you're ever curious on what I'm doing, just ask. Or if you're ever wondering what something is. Paper mache, some extra layers to make sure that all of the structure that we added to the backside of the mask is nice and secure before adding the last few details on the front here with model magic. holiday green works really well. I thought that was a good color too. I just wanted to change up the tone on my green a little bit from that, but I mean, yeah, what works works. How many pipes did you end up making, Agent? Definitely having the extra colors for the warp pipes kind of makes it feel more Mario-esque, but the greens are a must. You must have the green ones. I need some popsicle sticks for next step. There you go. Coffee serves. Yeah, Among Us really did fall off the wayside, but it's really exciting. I'm glad you're getting views. For a while, I was only getting like 10 to 12 views on my first few videos. It took me a long while. So that's really exciting that you already have 18 subscribers and 78 views on your largest video. Like, you're doing great. These, I think, I'm going to put them here. Out around. You have to look at the reference mask again. Right. This is how the reading seems to, these grooves that I have to make, seems that every other spine kind of creates one, and then the other spine kind of looks like it tucks in behind. So, first things first is to cut out 32 these bad boys, which means we need to get 16 of them. Halfway there. So we'll get the idea. Let's keep cutting. Don't worry about that. Do you have your Halloween costume prepared, Agent? The YouTuber, the mask with the smiley face. Yeah, I was right. I'm in the know. I know my things. I'm with the kids. I'm cool. But you should go as Unmasked Dream. Plain white guy. What of your costume makes you dream? Is it, do you have the whole mask? Are you making the whole smiley mask? Does he have dyed hair? I think that's an inch, right? just joking about the unmasked. There'd be not much of a costume there, I don't think. That's cool. Maybe that's a mask I should make. Dreams mask. I do like to make masks. It's a pretty easy look for you then. There you go, I could be Dream. I have to cut off all my hair, I think. Yeah. You know what? Now you say it, it would be a good audience grabber, I think. Making a dream mask. Might have to. Wouldn't be hard neither. I think that would be a very easy mask to make. The paper mache, I could probably pull it off in like 3 days. Be an easy one. Something like this is a lot more challenging because just the sheer size of it, I wanted to make sure that it was structurally sound, so it wouldn't just immediately break on me. Alright, so I need to create insets for these. This is for these to sit into, so I think I'm going to actually cut them into slots. That's the thing, when I go to make a mask, first thing I look at is practicality. I want it to be something wearable, so that would be something I would address immediately, I think. So we have to, if it's a dream mask, if you want to pretend to be Dream, you got to be able to wear it and be able to YouTube. You'd be able to stream or look through it, right? So yeah, definitely would bear that in mind. The length on these is a bit long. I should save this and put it up on screen. So this is what we're making. If that starts getting in the way, we'll just remove it later. That's an example of what I am working on. hoping I could maybe put a slot for this to just slip it into, but it's going to. I just, the streaming software that I'm using allows me to add an image, and then I can layer the things onto different spots. So I can have the gold mask here. I've already set up some other things as well, so like, I'm starting soon, splash screen's ready, and I'll be right back for when I need to go to the washroom, which will be here shortly. And this was just me. I can drop it around, I can move it about, see how I'm wearing it. The streaming software is called OBS, if you wanted to look that up. So, I think you might be a little bit young to be getting into streaming yet. Well, there's a lot of kids that do it, but 13 is that cutoff age. At least YouTube says they're supposed to be cutting off, but yeah. I was doing far worse then. I'm probably going to be streaming for the next few hours. Yeah, I'm just streaming my day here in the studio. You're not going to be missing too much, don't worry. But keep hanging out with me, that's fine. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Did you message me that? Is that better? I feel like you messaged me that and I didn't know. Oh, okay. Different message, but thank you. Help me troubleshoot the audio, Sierra. Is this good? Good levels? Do I need to be louder? You let me know. Welcome back. How are the audio levels, everybody? Music too loud? Am I too quiet? That's good. I need to take a break. Go to the washroom. I'll be right back. And we're back. How's everybody doing? Lion here. I'm gonna have a Breaking Bad episode. I hope this fly is coming up on camera. You guys see this, right? I feel like it's attracted to the vinegary aroma of Wellbond. This glue has sort of an acrid smell to it. Especially with working with it in the quantities that I'm working in, it can start to irritate your nose a little bit. Sometimes I'll wear a respirator to cut the smell. My birthday's in January, so it's already passed. Or I should say it's soon to come up. Just realized it's almost November. It's your birthday. Nice. Do you believe in any of the horoscopes and astrology stuff? Personally, I don't. But I have a lot of friends that do. I don't know what March makes you. it's out a bit further, I think. Also, not quite lining up. Well, we'll just do these two. So we'll push this button. All right. Dangerous knife away. Sierra, isn't your birthday in March? I feel like you guys have birthdays close to each other. 23rd or 24th? It's one of those two. Mine is January 18th. Maybe I'll do some sort of birthday live stream on or around my birthday. Do something fun. Like maybe we'll do a gaming live stream. This is definitely gonna be the hardest part. Do I make second slots for those to slip into? I think so. Alright, that's going to work out pretty well, I think. I just need to mark out a little connecting point for these. Got them. Here's a little red marker. To make sure each one is kind of straight to the spine, so it looks like it's a continuous piece. I want to move these though, otherwise I'll lose the spot that they're kind of associated to. I'll move them onto the spine that they're associated with until I can... So it should be here more. There. Okay, if that's in there, then let's imagine. Go here. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just needs to get the job done. So this one needs to get cut. Go right here. There, perfect. This one as well. Cut. And then right here. This one. Congratulations for finishing up. Seems you have a pretty good workflow underhand on your end there, Agent. So now. Which is probably going to take another few days. Well, I should say probably about a week, because I have to get the model magic on top of it. And the model magic is basically just a thick acrylic painter's medium, and that is that means it's just like paint, it needs time to dry, and it's going to take a long time for this stuff to dry because it's going to be so thick. So I'm going to be leaving it aside for at least 4 days. And then by the fourth day, if I'm able to touch the mask and it doesn't feel like it's too cold, because usually if something's drying and it has moisture in it, you're going to feel cold to the touch, because that's the moisture actually escaping the object. So if by the fourth or fifth day it's kind of room temperature, that tells me that there's no more moisture left in the mask, and so it's not going to benefit from any more drying time. And at that point, I'll be able to prime it and paint it. No worries. Work. Gonna sweat doing this. Welcome back. Whew. Hot. This is getting hard to do. I mean, it's reassuring. We know that the structure of the mask is quite strong. Not a lot's gonna mess it up, but dang, that's tough. It's done. Whew. That's warm. All these lights on me, it's getting toasty in here. It is an 8-bit Mario on my shirt. Love myself some Mario. Thank you very much. I have no idea how to pronounce your name, though. Is that Russian or Czech? To see if we have other visitors. Kupono? I don't know. I don't know that the second letter. Happy with this one. I feel like it's actually should be placed right here. Just redo it. Making sure I had a lazy Susan for this mask is probably the best idea from day one. It's a lot easier to work on. It must be got up. Oh, very nice. It's a quick turnaround. Takes me much longer to edit videos. Russian. Kier Krolo? Kier Kirolo. But you're not sure. Well, it's nice of you to join us. Are you joining from Russia? So, oh no. Well, I'm not having any dropped frames, so it's telling me it's not on my end. Oh no. Being a little too rough on these. Get another one. My desk the whole time. No. Try reloading the video? I'm not sure if it's on my end. I don't think so. let me check YouTube. Oh, okay. That's good. Lots of tabs open. Where's the chat? Excuse me. Right. Well, thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you. How did you find the stream, Keep? Oh, dang it. Broken one. These are in place. Just have to glue them down. And for this next step, I'm going to first wet the paper mache. And then once it's all loosened up, And I can start applying more a layer of welt bond, and then we're going to apply the model magic on top. So we're just going to be nice and sloppy here. Getting everything wet, so what glues that are dried on this mask can have a bit of time to loosen up a bit. Great thing about Well Bond is that it is partially water soluble, so even if it's been sitting out and dried for a good while, you get it wet and you keep it wet, you can actually activate it again, make things stick to it again. To a certain degree. Are you sleep deprived right now, Agent? Am I keeping you up? Where in the world are you tuning in from, Agent Quack? I've heard of Bluey. I've heard the name Bluey. I don't entirely know the context. You'll have to catch me up. What's Bluey? Two in the 2:14. We're in the same time zone. Look at that. We're on the East Coast somewhere. Well, thank you very much. I am doing these live streams as a new thing. Just kind of keeping myself busy in the studio and sharing what I'm working on. Do you have any projects on the go, Keep? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. To make sure I get names correct. I assume Agent Quack isn't your real name, Agent, but I like a good alias. Throughout all of high school, I went by Nile because of World of Warcraft. I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. Well, I'll see you later. Thanks for joining us today. Looks like it's just you and me now, Keith. I think. There's someone else hiding in chat that I don't know of. If you have any questions about what I'm up to over here, or if you have any just general art questions, I have a lot of generalized knowledge and all kinds of different mediums, so feel free to pick my brain. Oh, do you want me to try and explain a bit better? Currently I'm just trying to make the ribbing on the mask. You can kind of see my hands behind the mask. The on the front, that way. Those ribs between the middle part and the outer rings. I'm just trying to create those accentuated marks. So right now I'm just gluing down these wooden pieces. And then what I plan to do is use a bit of modeling clay to plaster over the entire front of the mask. So I'm going to be creating all of that interesting texture that you kind of see up here through that modeling clay, which we'll be moving on to like very shortly. I just got to finish gluing these down, making sure that they're not going to come up on me when I move on to the next material. I think we're going to do now, actually. This is Model Magic. It's a sculpting clay, but not really clay at all. It's more like an acrylic medium, which is it's like paint, but really, really thick, like extremely thick paint. It's made by Crayola, so they have a patent on this sort of special brand of clay. It feels like marshmallow. It's very fluffy, very... Oof, don't click that link. Ignore this person. Remove them. Ever so often, get spam bots come into my chat and post garbage. But anyways, this is... It's supposed to be like a children's modeling clay, and it's good for kids to use, but I've found it as an excellent tool for creating cosplay pieces and masks because of its lightweight ability, right? So I've been mixing this stuff with... Goodness. Spam. I've been mixing the stuff with Wellbond, glue that I really love, and it creates a very hard material. It looks perfect for what I'm making here. But in order to do that, I'm going to need to mix it in something. Yesterday I was using this cup, but now it has all this dried model magic in it, and I don't want that, so I'm going to grab another one. So I'll be right back. So I've got my model magic and in there. I use 2 packets of it. This is Wellbond. Very good glue. You'll see it pop up in absolutely every one of my videos. Add a bit to it. Not quite half and half. Because of the clay is so fluffy, it doesn't take a whole lot to mix and make into material that I want. I'm just gonna get dirty with it. Real gross in there. That sounds awful. Now you're thinking, like, what was the point in the cup? Yeah, I don't know either. Are you in school, Keep? Do you take classes for art or anything? Look at this. Look at this. So now it starts to feel a lot more like actually marshmallow. It's so sticky. Likes to adhere to things more now. Pick up some of that well on the dripped off in the cup. Okay. So now that it has the well bond in it, it should be a lot more sticky. Not to say that Model Magic doesn't stick to anything, like it does a pretty good job to stick to stuff, but the purpose of me putting well bond into it, when it starts to actually dry out, the well bond's going to actually create some structure inside of the material. So it starts to become extremely strong, whereas with Model Magic itself, once it dries, it's quite foamy. It has some squish to it. But this stuff, I did some material testing a while ago. I was mixing different amounts of well bond and Model Magic together, and I came to appreciate it for its rigidity. It's super, super, super strong. I can't, it has a little bit of a give to this, but I can't squish it at all. Like, it will not leave any kind of marks from where I'm pressing and still maintain an extremely lightweight property to it. So very happy with the mix of these two materials. And this will be the first real project that I go to apply modified Model Magic to. Maybe we should come up with a fun name for this stuff. It's not quite Model Magic anymore. Certainly not well bond anymore. It's just something else. I just leave most of this in my cup. Start with a little bit. Flatten this guy out. Start by just getting it right in there. This stuff seems very messy at first. And it is. It is always very messy. But yesterday I found out a good method to work it. Find a few, lay it down first. General quantity of how much you'd think you're going to need in the area. Just lay it down, be messy about it. And stuff begins to act more like a liquid than a solid in this current state. So as we leave it, all the little suspended bits that are dangling between the areas, they're going to start drooping and falling and merging all together. So it's basically going to start doing the job for me. I know it's messy, but we'll be able to clean it all up to get the majority of it placed down. I'll pull out some modeling tools to get some good smooth down areas here. This stuff really likes to stick to skin. I think it has to do with the our fingerprints, like the little grooves in our fingers. Every little spot and stuff loves to sink and attach into. So I'm hoping that if I use some metal or silicone tools that it won't get stuck. Won't be fighting the medium as much. I love math personally. Love numbers. If you've been a math teacher, you must have some affinity to math. I enjoy watching stand-up maths on YouTube. Steve Mould. I don't know if you're familiar with him. There's all kinds of great theory videos and explanations on certain math principles. It's very enjoyable on our channel. Say little channel. It's little as in it's just him, but I'm pretty sure he's garnered quite a following in the last while. Good at the social media. This is good media, right? You enjoy this? Just watching me picking glue off of my fingers. Okay. I might have better time with just a paintbrush. Here you go. Broke my brush. Some model magic doesn't start stiffening up on this. So I'm just gonna wet it a bit here until I'm ready to work it. We'll take a quick break and then back about 5 to 10 minutes. When we get back, I'm gonna actually let's do it right now. I'm gonna change the camera angle. Let's close up of the work I'm doing on the Max video. That. Why? I really like Elden Ring. I don't know. I was really enjoying the game Elden Ring back in the summer, and I had started these. I had two projects actually. This one and a model of the walking mausoleum in the works. So I started them back in August, and then I took a break from my studio for a little while, and then I've only just recently started back up onto it. Um, Honestly, I've just been focusing a lot of my projects on things that really interest me personally, and that way I don't get bored of it. Otherwise, like I'm open to taking commissions from people if they have like cosplay things in mind. Otherwise, it's just to make content for the main channel of my main YouTube channel. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go on break for a second, and I'll be back in a bit. Enjoy the music. I'm back. So, just gotta finish up getting this stuff all stuck down. And it quits for the day. Just a bit more work still to do, though. Hole here. Okay. I have covered poles here, though. Yeah. That's fun. Stay down. Answer your question about the mask? Ultimately, I just really like Elden Ring. Oh, you'd left. Talking to myself now. picked it all out myself. The music's all royalty free from YouTube's music library. I had to make sure that I went with music that I enjoyed, because I knew I would be editing with it for a good while. So all the songs are hand selected and are what I would normally put in my main videos. I just have them all playing together. I admit there's a couple of the songs where I'm kind of tired of it, but then there's a few songs where they come on and I'm like, heck yeah, this is my jam. What are you up to right now, Keep? You can't just be watching me right now. Like, I'm just background media, right? Pretty happy with that. Need to let it dry a little bit to be able to manipulate it more. Otherwise, it's just never gonna dry. I wanted these all to stick down. I'm kind of annoyed with these two. Just keep popping up. Try to get it inserted more. Like I'm taking 2 steps backwards on this, but it's necessary. Damn, my bad. That's not me growling. That's my dog is here in the studio with me. Whether I should use this or Really, just watching me. I'm flattered. That song is where I would end my main videos. I like to use it as an ending song. It's funny. I feel as though it's the end of my stream now, but I do have a bit more work to do. I'm gonna keep going. Well, I'm glad I can entertain. I do plan to eventually work on some original artwork. I have some paintings in mind that I want to do. Some 3D paintings, actually. I want to make some acrylic-based canvas paintings and then do dyed macrame on top of it. Kind of inspired off of the whole AI art stuff that's coming out recently. A lot of artists are in fear of AI art, and me personally, I'm kind of inspired from what I've been seeing. Some stuff is a little lackluster, but I write poetry as well, so I ended up sticking a few lines of poetry into some of those, what was it, Dolly 2? Dolly Mini, or whatever it was. I got some really beautiful images out of it, and I was inspired to take those and make them into paintings. So I'm actually thinking I was going to start doing that this week, while I was waiting for this thing to dry. So I do have another art project, another Elden Ring build that I'm in the midst of making, which I should get back to making as well. Just as the mask, it's been sitting on the wayside there. My bench in the back. So I kind of like the roughness of this here, but looking at the original mask, like, I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's way smoother. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna need to smooth this completely out. I might do well with, yeah, maybe I'm gonna wait for this all to dry. And I can give it a more smooth layer. I didn't realize it was so smooth. Looking at the center part here, the most center part of the mask. The crack, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to end up carving after the fact. I have all of these in, I'm pretty happy with it. So, quite rough, eh? This way. Wait for this to dry. Okay, I think that's actually gonna be calling it for today. I really appreciate you joining me today, though. I'm gonna be probably streaming more regularly. You'll see me daily if you're coming in. I'm just gonna be planning on streaming exactly what I'm doing in the studio in the day. So tomorrow I'm going to be. This is actually going to get cleaned up a bit more tonight, and then here someone away. So I'm going to finish up this tonight. Going to get a bit more of the model magic just plastered over top and get that smoothed out. And then let me show you the other thing I was working on. I will be touching a little bit tomorrow. Oh, that's this guy. So, if you have played Elden Ring, it's a very challenging game. But there's these walking mausoleums. Basically, it's these golem guys that have these church-like mausoleums in the top. And so this is going to be the base for the mausoleum, and then this is the legs for the actual creature, I guess. It's got to be a creature, right? Some sort of magical being. By the way, I was really, out of the two, I decided I was going to make some props and things from Elden Ring, and that's kind of why, to answer your original question from a while ago. And so I wanted to make a mask and a miniature. Ultimately, like that's where my mind was going in. So I decided to, well, first off, the Walking Mausoleum is on the loading screens for the game, so it was like, that's like a key element in the game. So it's very noticeable. It's kind of the YouTube grabber, if you will. Get some attention. I gotta stop streaming. I'm tired. Thanks again for joining me today. Ring that little bell, do all the YouTube stuff, and you should get notified if I'm streaming again. Otherwise, I will see you in my comments, hopefully, and hopefully see you in the live chat again soon. Have a good day. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I know it's kind of rough over in Russia at the moment, so I appreciate you joining me. I'll talk to you later.